hate puppies. It's good podcast.
Cold enough. I feel threatened. I'm at the Jersey Shore.
Oh my God. Don't get me started.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this weekend. I don't know that we're solving first world problems these days so much as bringing them up.
Yeah.
But maybe we should.
Pissing you off with them?
Maybe we should focus on the solving. We keep coming. We get from A to B, but there's not a lot of C.
I mean, we're bringing first world problems to your attention.
You know what, Troy?
Yeah.
The only
Let's say we're
podcast
doing
dedicated to solving first world problems to your attention.
Yes.
It's probably a stronger intro. I'll forget that by next week. Truth be told, going into tonight, I've had a old-fashioned.
Nice.
Very nice old-fashioned.
I love a good old-fashioned.
You know who fucked me with old-fashions?
Who?
Spirit Halloween. Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Ray fucked me.
Yeah.
When he came in here and he made those old fashions and he brought out the Luxardo cherry and he put them in, he did the whole thing. I think I'd had old fashions prior to that.
But you'd had like your average bar rail, like not.
I think, yeah.
What do they call them now? The cocktails that are like high end, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like now there's like gourmet cocktails. Like,
yeah, for sure. And like I went tonight, we went to this place and we have a smoked old fashioned.
Always
So they
do.
literally pour the smoke in there. They put the coaster on top.
Yeah.
They bring it out. It's filled with smoke. When you take it off, boosh.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, and an old fashioned to me is an end of the night drink. It's kind of how you should finish things.
It's a nightcap.
Yeah. But so my wife and I go out to dinner and she's like, well, I'm going to get a cocktail to start. And I was like, well, I'm not going to let you have a cocktail.
Yeah.
I may not have a cocktail. And I'm just looking at this smoked old fashioned. So, of course, I'm like, let me get that smoked old fashioned, which then you're feeling really strong,
Oh yeah.
handsome, funny,
Yep.
all the above, you know? And so as soon as it's done, I'm like, she's like, well, I think I'm going to get some wine. And I'm like, as am I. So
I like that y'all are like switching it up, like going from cocktails to wine. Did you go beer just to hit for the?
this is my
trifecta?
first beer.
Oh well, you hit for the cycle now.
I did. I just got it home. I'm one shot of absinthe away from coming home. But
Or like some mushrooms or something. Like
or Malort.
There, yes,
Malort. But yeah, so I had an old fashioned, and then I had 2 glasses of Cab Sauv, which I'm a red wine guy, so I enjoyed the hell out of that. But now it's
you're
like
having a light beer from Miller.
this the new light beer. Have you tried it? It's fantastic.
It looks like the old light beer from Miller.
It looks like it, but
it's totally
it's not. It's something different. But you know what I would prefer?
What would you prefer?
I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness.
Oh yeah.
That's what I prefer.
I forgot you pulled that. I was wondering what you were going
Oh
to
yeah,
there.
no, that's the best.
I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness.
What is that from?
So I was watching the Umbrella Academy this week,
Yes.
and I love the Umbrella Academy.
I haven't seen one episode of it.
If anyone hasn't taken a chance to just head over to Netflix and check out Umbrella Academy, it's like, you ever seen The Boys?
I have. I watched all The Boys. I like
right.
The Boys.
So The Boys is the more hardcore. Like there's fucking and there's violence and drugs.
Have you watched this season?
I'm just before the episode that's the super orgy.
So you saw episode 1 where the two guys were hooking up, and the one guy was like, "I want you inside me,
Dude, and the dude shrunk
The
and
dude
went up in his
shrunk,
ass.
And he didn't go in his ass.
He went in his dick.
He went in his dick.
That's right.
He was inside rubbing the walls of it.
Yeah, he went up the pee hole.
And then he sneezed and went back full size while he was inside the guy's penis.
and blew the dude in the
blew
wrong
dude
way.
Blew that dude in a million pieces.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
It was traumatic.
But so that's the Boys. Well, Umbrella Academy is a lot more kitschy. It's a lot more like your kids could watch it.
Okay.
You know? But there's clearly some, I wouldn't even call it violence, more aggression.
Yeah.
But it's little more supernatural.
It's
which you may not
superhero-y?
dig. Oh, clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, there's these people. They got superheroes. They've been brought together. It's a thing, and it's pretty good. Oh shit! Did we just get Be Real?
We did get Be Real while we're recording.
This is great.
Hold on,
I'm gonna
I gotta-
tit for tat you, dude.
That's right. Hold on. Let me
This
pull
is
up
this
my
is gonna
Be
make
Real.
for horrible pod, but here we go.
Oh, mine's not coming up yet. Do you ever have this with Be Real where you can't, like, it says, it gives you a notification, you pull it up, and it doesn't, like, oh, now here it is.
Oh yeah, Be Real's a pain in the ass.
Here we go.
There we go. You got me there. You get your Be Real. Look at us.
Got it.
Cool Be Reals, dude. Some meta shit. But yeah, so Umbrella Academy's a little more
Getting
kitschy.
more friends, too.
I know. I see that. I'm
Yeah.
almost to my requisite number. Hey, if you haven't had a chance to head over to Be Real, I'm BP Kennedy 34.
And I am FTBAUER.
I could use a couple more friends.
Always need more Be Real friends.
But so
Also have a freaking notification I can't clear, and it's driving me insane because I hate those little red bubbles.
I hate that. But so yeah, Umbrella Academy is a little more kitschy, a little more fun, but it's still very kind of superhero-y, supernatural borderline,
Yeah.
which you may not like, but it's not like ghouls and goblins.
Like fantasy.
Yeah, there's definitely some. You have to suspend belief when you
Yeah.
get into the superhero world, anyway. But yeah, all of a sudden there's this one crazy.
Wait,
chick.
what?
You do. You're suspending the belief.
Spoiler alert.
But there's this one
thought
crazy.
The Boys was a documentary.
It's not.
Oh.
But there's this one crazy girl in it, and like
Just one.
the guy hands her like a bourbon, and then she drops that line. She goes, "I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness." And I heard it,
And you finished?
and I literally, I just stopped. And my wife's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm rewinding." And
Yes,
she's like,
I have
"Why?"
to
I was
have
like,
that.
"This is my new drop
Yeah.
because I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness." I haven't gotten it in the machine yet. I still have to.
I guess Guinness is bitter.
Yeah, it's a hoppy bitterness. It's
I
the
never,
perfect.
I never. To me, bitter is a negative adjective, and I just don't. I don't use that when describing Guinness.
But it is bitter. It's not overly hoppy. It's clearly more bitter.
Definitely, yeah.
It's a hoppy bitterness, if you will.
I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness.
That's all I'm saying.
What's a good Guinness? Is there a bad one? Because
No,
I haven't
it's-
had it. I'm drinking the NA right now, and it's delicious.
I love that you're drinking NA Guinness right
Yeah.
now. That is, if I'm gonna drink an NA,
Yeah.
there's no doubt that's the one. Now, unless of course I'm like trying to like watch calories and all that
a
bullshit.
lot of the NAs are high carb, though. Low sugar,
Well,
high carb.
That one's high carb.
Well, a regular Guinness is high carb.
That's what I'm saying. So that's
Yeah.
particularly high. It's low calorie, high carb.
Yeah.
But that's what makes Guinness so good.
That makes it delicious.
I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness.
So, yeah, it's just us again.
Oh, I just thought everyone else was being quiet.
I feel like it's been a lot of just us lately.
Unfortunately, at this moment,
Yeah.
it sure seems that way. But also, like I was talking to my wife going into this, and she was like, "Well, who else coming over tonight?" And I was like, "Just Troy." And she was like, "Oh, is that good?" I was like, "Literally, just Troy or 3 other people. Those are equally easy." But like, just Troy to me
Yeah.
is perfectly fine. She was like, "Yep, you guys have been doing this for a long time,"
Stu's
which is
like-
the closest to a compliment I get from her.
Thank you. Yes. Stu's like on vacation. He's like, I can't make it. I'm on vacation. And I'm like, damn, dude, we're constantly busting his chops for being on vacation. He's like, not really, the girlfriend and I have our kids with us this time. And I'm like,
That's vacation.
oh my God, poor Stu has to go on vacation with his family. Like, who complains
All my
about
vacations are
yeah.
with my kids.
Yeah.
That's what a vacation is.
And I don't think he was being funny. I think he was just like, oh,
No,
man.
he's oblivious. I just found out my daughter's about to be on scholarship, like Stu. Stu's on scholarship. Like he's living the dream.
Yeah.
He's in a different
Yeah.
different atmosphere. And I just found out we got a text today from a neighborhood mom who was like, "Hey, I'm not really working a lot this summer. Like I'm already hosed. I have to take like this kid to golf first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about getting some season passes to Busch Gardens."
Okay.
And this is like my youngest daughter's best friend. And so she was like, "Hey, it's $85 if you want to get her a season pass. And I'm going to be going out there about twice a week."
Wow. And just taking your younger daughter just along for the ride?
Because it happens to be her best friend.
Yeah.
Like, right, her best friend is like, "Well, I'd like it if she went."
Yeah.
So boom, $85. Now, granted, I'm going to have to buy lunches and shit.
Yeah, you're gonna be at another $20-$40.
But twice a week to get to go to Busch Gardens? I was
That's
like,
pretty awesome.
I was like, hey, honey, we're going to. She was like, what do you think? I was like, I think sold.
Yeah,
This is the perfect
but
summer
it's late in the
vacation.
summer.
It's 85 for the rest of the year.
That's true. Yeah.
Look, we've got what, 6 weeks left of summer?
Yeah, 5. We're actually like 3.
No, is it that short?
Yeah, we're almost into 4. I think we have 3 or 4.
Okay, if I can get 8 trips to Busch
Yeah,
Gardens,
you've got your
out of an
money's worth.
85.
Well, if you get 2, you get your money's worth.
If I get 2, I get
Yeah.
my money's worth. But if look, I'm not going to say no. This girl has been sitting.
It's just a shame it didn't happen earlier. Is all I'm saying.
No doubt.
You'll get your money's worth, but it's like, damn, that would have been cool to do 2-3 weeks.
I
ago.
agree. But the fact that she sits her ass in front of the computer all day playing like video games
Yeah.
and shit, go outside,
Yeah.
go ride rides, have fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
You've got a parent who wants to drive you out there,
Yeah.
and you're the chosen one to be
Yeah,
with her
hell yeah.
kid. Go
That's a full day affair.
every time. She's gonna come home tired.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Done. It's
I
like
guess the
running a
mom-
dog.
I mean, the mom will be with them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she has to drive him out there and hang out.
I know,
with
but like, she's not going to release them into the park and say, "See you in 4 hours."
him. Now that you say that,
You might want to check.
I see this mom a lot at the gym.
Yeah.
And she's like the person that sits on the machine and looks at her phone,
Yeah.
not necessarily working out.
Yeah.
Just kind of like on the machine,
Just holding it down.
just holding it down, looking at
This
her phone.
thing ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. And like I'll walk by and be like, hey, no acknowledgement.
Oh,
no,
wow.
So I'm like, boy, you're kind of oblivious. But in her defense, she's recently moved up to the stair climber
That she doesn't
where now
want.
she stares at her phone. No, but now she's walking ever so gently up
Oh,
the
yeah,
stairs.
like-
so like she's getting more aware.
1 step. 2 step.
I can't argue with progress.
Yeah.
She is progressing.
Yes.
I will give her that.
Because you're both your kids and my kids are about to that age where it's like you want to give them some freedom and
Absolutely. I've been
And-
encouraging them to ride bikes to
Yeah.
the pool, go do stuff.
but like releasing into Busch Gardens for a few hours alone they're not really old enough for that.
No, hell no.
I mean, you and I probably did at that age, but
Because we're cool.
yeah,
We're millennials.
our parents didn't give a shit about us.
We're millennials.
Yeah, oh yeah, that I'm not a millennial.
Air
No.
quotes. Psh, I am.
Shit, millennials don't even go to theme parks.
That's fine. I'm Gen X. I'm something.
Yeah.
What the hell is in between millennial and Gen X?
I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's me. I am the gray area.
Well, and there's like an overlap on all of them. So
of
like,
course.
it's confusing.
But it's true. As a kid, I would just go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can remember being like 8 years old, 9 years old, and going down and jumping on the L and taking the train into the city to go to a comic book store with a buddy.
Yeah.
And then coming back.
With comics in hand.
Damn right. Mad Magazine for me. That was my preferred.
Dude, I
comic
love
book
me
choice.
some Mad and Cracked. Whenever I got drugged to the grocery store with my mom, it was like I head straight to the magazine
Hell yeah.
aisle and just read top to bottom.
I remember I was in Baltimore one day as like a younger kid, and I rolled into this comic book store, and they had a box of like a decade's worth of Mad magazines, and it was like $20. And I was like, Mom and Dad, like, you have,
I've got to have this.
and I still have it. It's literally a decade of every Mad magazine. It's pretty amazing to go back and look at it and see some of the jokes that we got away with then
Dude.
for a kid's thing.
My college girlfriend, her dad was this.
Why'd you air quote that?
No, it was her dad. But he was this crazy mountain man that lived down in the outskirts of Blacksburg in a mountain, like by him. Like he had a wife, and they literally lived like not off the grid, but kind of like their house wasn't much bigger than the Pallet House.
Okay.
And like they didn't have a washer dryer. Like it was by a creek. It was all alone.
Basic living.
Yeah, it was like
The homesteading.
yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
And the first time I went over there, I was in my early 20s, and I go in their one bathroom, and he just had stacks of Mad magazines from like the 70s and 80s.
That's beautiful.
Like, I was just like in love. I was like, this is so awesome. Like all these, I mean, who knows how much
You
money
could
he
spend
had.
days just folding the back page to see what
Exactly.
those things do, you know?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty. It was pretty crazy. I bet he's sitting on a gold mine, doesn't even know it.
I don't even know what they're worth these days.
You got. I mean, anything like that. I mean, that's
You think, but I went and got a Playboy. I got it. And I think everyone should do this. Someone told me to do this one day, and I was like, this is actually brilliant. They were like, go get the Playboy from the month and year you were born.
Oh yeah, that's
and then just
cool.
kind of have it.
Yeah,
So I went out and I got it. And
did you physically go find it, or did you go to?
I went to eBay.
Yeah. Okay.
Went to eBay clearly.
Just making sure.
And I found the nicest
I
version.
wouldn't even know where to go searching for classic.
The answer is eBay. And I look at that thing every once in a while, and it's fantastic. Like, they had an article in there where they're talking about the reggae prophet, how Bob Marley is going to take over the world.
Oh, that's
and
fitting.
how he's coming to America, and he's like, he's the everyone should be checking him out.
Yeah.
And it also has a screen print like that you can take out and you iron it onto your shirt. It's a Playboy bunny.
Wow.
From that particular one. And I'm just like, the little shit you find. I recommend everybody go to eBay, spend the.
I'm definitely gonna at least see who's on the cover of yours, because I got to look mine up now.
I'm gonna give away my age right here. They had the bicentennial babes.
Nice.
From all over so it was amateurs.
Oh, that's always a
Shut
good
the
one.
front door.
That's always a
They
good
were like,
one.
here's the Philadelphia chick. Here's the Virginia chick. I was like, this is amazing. I wagged my bag across the whole country. The whole country. It was glorious. But I highly recommend you go pick up the Playboy from the year.
How
and
much
month
was
you were
it?
born.
Did you-
Like $5 to the door.
That's crazy.
But that's why I was saying they're not worth as much as you think.
Well, not a used one. You.
Dude. It was so sticky.
Missing a few pages.
There's some stuff in there, man. There
Was
is.
the centerfold in there?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it's all there. It was glorious. You know what? I might get a couple more copies. Keep them around the
Frame
house.
one?
Yeah, just keep them around.
Yeah, just hide them, stash them places.
That way, if I get caught in a pinch,
Yeah.
boom, I can still release the poison. Get the poison out.
I'm trapped in this room for 45 minutes. What do I do?
Thank
Wait,
God.
behind the couch.
That's right. I stashed a Playboy.
I can't go upstairs.
I'm gonna make it. A cup of water, some ramen noodles, and this Playboy, and I'll be fine.
I won't die with the poison in me.
You're damn right. The poison is. These pipes are clean.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy,
Go
man.
get it.
These
Go
kids
get
don't
it.
know what it's like, man. They do not know what it's like.
The struggle was real.
Oh, God, it was real.
I remember when women didn't have to get choked to give a blowjob.
What?
Apparently, you didn't have to jam it into the back of their throat. You could just lovingly allow them to love you.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I get how gross that is. Now I've been completely converted. I have not. Oh, speaking of sexual nastiness,
Uh-oh.
I mean hotness. You heard about vabbing?
Oh, I have heard about vabbing.
Vabbing
It's one of those things to me that sounds like it's very 2022, but it also feels like it could have been very 1972.
How about 1492?
Yeah, like it could have been around forever.
Vabbing is brilliant. Like
I really want to know the science behind it.
the science sells itself.
Do you think it works?
All right. Well, let's take a step back.
yeah.
Let's take a step back before we pontificate on how effective vabbing is. So vabbing, let's take it all the way back. People have been putting perfume, right?
Yes.
Forever, right? You put a little dab of perfume on
And the
you.
science behind that is pheromone based.
Yeah, you want to smell good, but then as we've gotten more modern, we're like, yo, there's certain people that smell sexier than others, and that's pheromones, right? It's just,
Well, and there's also like they say your olfactory glands are better tied to your memory than your other senses. So like you'll smell something from your childhood and you'll immediately you won't have to think about it. It's just in your head. Bow.
Boom.
Like done.
Now, I think for me, it's like olfactory, then auditory,
Yeah.
then visual. Like it comes down like pretty hot.
Yeah.
Like you smell fresh cut grass and you remember all kinds of different things, but there's certain certain smells, like you smell a crab boil and like you're back to like a childhood crab boil or different thing. It happens all the time. Now, songs will bring you back, and that's why the nostalgia of a song is so powerful.
Oh, yeah.
You hear a song from when you were a teenager, you broke up with that girl and you were like upset, or you're in love and like you have a song. You hear that song, those feelings rush back.
It's funny. You and I we have a lot of the same taste, but also very different taste in music. But we both appreciate music, and there are a lot of people out there that don't. And I don't know for you, but for me, I have such a hard time understanding how that music doesn't affect them like it affects me.
Oh, dude, so the other night,
I can understand like you and me. Like I understand that I like
different
artist
things, but
X and you like artist Y, and they don't affect each other. Like you play me a song from your favorite artist, it doesn't affect me, and vice versa. But I also, at the same time, I can understand how it affects him at the same time.
So, not to sidetrack from vabbing, but I had one of those. Just recently, we were on the Scandals trip, and there's this song by the Grateful Dead called "Looks Like Rain," and "Looks Like Rain" to me was the gateway drug to all that is the Grateful Dead. I'd heard Touch of Grey.
Yeah.
I'd heard Casey Jones.
The worst,
Magnolia.
Probably the worst song of all time.
Uncle John's band.
Casey Jones
sure.
is atrocious.
But I'm saying I'd heard all those things that were popular.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, I get it. Uncle John's band's good. Sugar Magnolia's good.
Yeah.
Touch of Grey.
Yeah. Their biggest hit.
Damn near a hit.
Yeah.
Right?
That's their biggest hit.
Casey Jones scared me because I'm from the Just Say No generation. I was like, what? Cocaine?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Bucket them with Eric Clapton. Bunch of druggies.
Yeah. Like, during that whole Just Say No campaign it was on heavy rotation.
Yeah.
Cocaine, which is also another awful song that's just repetitive.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So Eric Clapton, I immediately I put them both in that bucket. Like, fuck them. Well, then I remember I was
Cocaine
driving.
wouldn't make you that repetitive either. For either of those songs. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
You would be like scatting all over the place.
Yeah,
And
skip.
And they're both just like, driving that train.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
little long.
Yeah.
But so I remember I was going back to college one time and a buddy played Looks Like Rain in his car. He was a big Deadhead.
I don't know if I know that song. I'll have to listen to it.
So I heard the song and it flipped a switch. Like it just went on. And I was like, holy shit. And it turns out what's funny about that song is it's not Jerry Garcia. It's Bob Weir who sings it.
Yeah.
So Grateful Dead heads, they're like, boo. But that's a Bob Weir song.
Yeah.
That's weird, you know? But I'm like, yeah, but that song spoke to me and opened up Pandora's box for me. It was no longer just about cocaine. It was like, oh shit, there's a whole universe here. So I'd always liked that song. Well, as I've talked about on the podcast and in personal life, I'm going through a lot of shit still. There's still some things that are like resonating and I'm working through. So I'm standing out at
You're in a sensitive emotional state.
I clearly am.
Yeah.
Clearly am. I'm more open to emotions than I normally would be.
You're turned up to 11. Like everything's pinging.
Heightened.
Yeah. Heightened. Exactly.
So I'm here at this trip and there's this like deadhead there. The beauty thing about Scandals is I don't know these people.
Yeah.
So it's like really is like I can just be me and take it or leave it. Like I don't have to tell you about my shit. You don't ask me about anything because you don't know me.
Yeah.
You don't know what to ask.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I'm just the guy in front of you. And that's
who does a podcast. They know that.
They do. Yeah, they do. But that's a very relieving feeling. People, just, especially if you're going through a bunch of shit.
There's no history with anyone there.
No history. They don't know anything. They're like, where are you from? It's the first time they've heard Chicago, Arizona. Shit. You know what I mean?
They're like, hey, what?
They're like, what do you mean Canada? How? Yeah. It's very relieving. So I'm talking to this dude. He's a big Deadhead. And he's like, well, what's your favorite song? And I was like, well, you won't believe this, but it Looks Like Rain.
So that's a deep cut. That's not off the Greatest Hits album.
First thing out of his mouth, a Bob Weir tune. Interesting. And I was like, yeah, man, it speaks to me on a different level. And I was like, you know what? We should fucking listen to it. So I throw the speaker up, right? And I'm not kidding. I put this song on and it starts pouring.
That's wild.
As soon as I put it on, doosh, the skies open up, starts dumping. And I'm listening to this thing. It's late at night. And I'm just like overwhelmed with emotion.
Was it a clear night? Well, I guess it wasn't a clear night.
It wasn't a clear night.
Yeah.
Like it'd been like off and on, but like it had not rained like this.
Yeah.
This was like God.
But it looked
coming
like
down.
rain.
Looked like rain. And I just
I'll see myself out.
I just stepped out from under the umbrella and just stood in the rain, fully clothed, just got drenched and just let this song wash over me.
I get it.
It changed so much of like my mentality.
Yeah.
About everything I'm going through and everything I'm thinking about. I came away from that like cleansed. It was damn near spiritual. So to your point, like I get it. Like music can really change things. But now when I hear Looks Like Rain, I will always think of that moment just standing in the rain, drenched. I slept drenched. I tore off my clothes. I threw them all in my bag when I got back down into the boat. All my clothes were soaked the next morning. I was like, I should have thought about that all my other clothes would just act as a sponge. I didn't really think about that, but
you were living that beach life, so you survived.
I did. But that was like a transformative moment. And like, so even this recent, like in the last 2 weeks, music will do that.
Yeah.
It cleaned me up. It changed a lot of the way I think about things. And I've been a better person for it.
That's awesome.
For a fucking song.
Hey, that's what music. That's
and then
the power of
God
music.
dumping rain on me in that moment. I was like, yep, that's what I needed.
Yeah.
I needed to just wash some shit away. It's pretty crazy. But so the other sense that
real quick while we're talking music.
Yeah, please.
I got to go see a bucket list concert.
Dude, you did.
So a lot of people my age don't know this guy. A lot of people my parents' age don't know this guy. Yeah. Jackson Brown.
How do you not know Jackson Brown?
I don't know. I brought it up to my dad that I got tickets, and he's like, who's Jackson Brown? I'm like,
but can you rattle off the top three? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but can you rattle off like three?
Oh yeah, my dad was like, I was like, I love Jackson Brown. My dad's like, name some of the songs. I'm like, I just rattled off like 8 of them, and he's like, okay, and then I started playing them, and he's like, oh, that's Jackson Brown. Oh, that's Jackson Brown.
I think Jackson Brown is one of those that you don't know.
No,
that
you
it's
know,
Jackson
yeah.
Brown. Like, what would you consider his greatest hit?
His greatest hit per se is probably Doctor My Eyes or The Pretender or maybe The Loadout, which is one of my favorites, which is he does a lot of slower stuff.
Do I know The Loadout? All right, after this.
You know The Loadout.
But it's not clicking.
Yeah.
After this, we're doing It Looks Like Rain.
He co-wrote Take It Easy with Glenn Frey. So Glenn Frey and the Eagles put that song out, and then he put that song out, and obviously one of them had a lot more.
So here's actually, Jackson Brown is credited with writing Take It Easy, not the Eagles.
No, it's Glenn Frey and Jackson Brown.
Yeah, but
and they both have the rights to it.
I'm just telling you that I saw something the other day. It was the Jack Johnson Kokua Festival album.
Uh-huh.
And
did he cover it?
Oh, you know what it is? He did it with Jackson.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was. That's why. Because I was like, no, they literally just gave credit. No, it's because literally Jackson Brown was there. That makes more sense.
But anyway, yeah. So I've been moved by some of his music back 20 years ago, and it was just cool to see him in concert and see the whole band could play. It was freaking crazy, dude. Like, you just don't see musicians and singers. I mean, he's a singer-songwriter, which you rarely see. The whole band could play. Dude, they changed guitars if they weren't the guitar player, and a lot of them play multiple instruments. Like, they changed instruments between every single song.
I like when you see musicians that are like badass musicians.
Yeah, and those guys were, and girls. And then he brought Bruce Hornsby out for a couple of songs, which he's a local guy, so that was pretty
there's
cool.
a W. Bruce Hornsby's a Richmond guy?
Williamsburg.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yep.
That explains why he was there. I never knew that. When you said Bruce Hornsby there, I was like, that's awesome. Like, I assume Bruce Hornsby's from like the plains of Montana.
Yeah.
It's like that's where I put him.
So, but then this happened. This was kind of frustrating. I wanted to buy some merch. I was like, I'm at the show. I'm buying merch. Like, I'm getting a shirt.
Yeah, I get that.
So, of course, everything's $40 to $100.
Sure, of course. You
you
already knew you were going to pay a premium.
of course. I was going to buy a $40 T-shirt.
Damn right.
So I go over and I'm standing there and I'm looking and I asked Lee, I'm like, how much, not how much, it said $40 across. So I was like, you have that shirt in XX? And she was like, no, just small. I'm like,
I'll take the handkerchief then.
I'm like, well, why don't you just put a little piece of paper on that says like small only? That way you wouldn't have to answer stupid questions. But I'm like, okay, well.
And they usually do.
Yeah.
Post-it note.
Yeah, these two people that were at the merch table were not the typical merch people. You and I go to a lot of concerts, so we know like a lot of the merch people are relatives or friends of the band, but these people were outsiders. I don't think they traveled with the band. I think they were just like hired.
They didn't know the rules.
Yeah. And
Cover
anyway,
up the size you don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Take down the shirt that's no longer for sale.
Exactly.
These are basic.
Yeah. And usually the merch people are like giant fans, like, oh, I just wanted to travel with the guy.
Almost every time they're like, I've just been traveling for the last 5 shows and this is how I get in.
Yeah.
Did you hear when they did? You know what I mean? They're all in.
And we've had this conversation. You and I have had this conversation at merch tables at shows with people. Like,
I love those people.
I know it's awesome
because they're in it to win it.
So,
this dude just cracked an NA Guinness
and it went everywhere.
And the beauty of the NA Guinness is it still has the cartridge in the bottom, so you get that true nitro. And this thing just absolutely exploded all over the bar. But not on the board.
So I go. So then the next day I'm like, I really like that, and I've seen the shirt. The shirt's been around 100 years, and he had other shirts.
Did you Google it?
So I Googled. I was like, let's see if I was like, it's not buying it from the show, but I'm gonna look anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, it's sent me to Amazon. Of course, this was Wednesday. Google the shirt, sends me to Amazon. Oh, here it is on Amazon. Here it is in all the sizes. Here it is in 7 different colors. Here it is for $19.99.
No.
At your door on Friday.
Beauty.
I'm just like, why does everything end like that? Like, I wanted to be the guy that bought the shirt at the show, and now I'm still the guy.
I agree. I like it hanging
Amazon.
out of my back pocket the whole time, like uncomfortable. And
keeping up with it.
Like, I bought a Trampled by Turtle shirt at a Trampled by Turtle show.
Yeah.
Shocking. and I had to carry it around like it was just tucked in my pants. And then that shirt and I, while I was not wearing it, had to end up getting a ride home from the show. I was in the bed of a pickup truck, sitting on the shirt as my only source of cushioning. And I remember thinking to myself in the dead of night, drunkenly cruising home in the back of a pickup truck, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
Thinking to myself, now, shirt.
Yeah.
Now we get each other.
That's right.
We're official. And every time I put on that shirt, I'm like, that's right. You and I have had some late night rides in pickup trucks, and you came from the show. It's the story that makes it better.
I bought a shirt from a live band. I think I was seeing Real Big Fish, and they had an opening band called Stack Like Pancakes. And I bought a shirt and some stickers just because it was a cool sounding name and a cool sounding and a cool looking logo. And I was there. I was like, I'm buying the shirt.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah. I haven't listened to one of their songs since, but I thought
I have a stupid ass Stacked Like Pancake shirt on my a sticker on my Yeti cooler. I've never heard a single Stacked Like Pancakes. One day I'm hoping that I grab a beer for someone. He's like, bro, I'm the bassist for Stacked Like Pancakes, and I'm gonna be like, song 7 on your second album is my shit.
Or like they just get hot, and you're like, you remember, guys? I've had this sticker for 8 years now.
Like since '95, dude.
Yeah. But anyway, we digress. Let's go back to Vabbing. But no, one more thing.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I'm just messing with you.
Objection! Hearsay!
So, look, we put on perfume because the olfactory senses.
Yes,
they're
important.
The olfactory senses will also bring you back. You smell things and you remember a time. Now, as perfumes have grown, we've all seen pheromones added to this, like make you sexier.
It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Like science has been trying to figure out that. I mean, there's songs and movies about Love Potion number 9. Like, well, of course you ingest that, but like they're trying to figure out a way to get that thing in your nose that'll to set you off, to get you to to come together, because you want that magical smelling scent that'll draw the opposite sex to you. And this whole new vabbing thing, I don't know. It's gonna be something else. Can we figure it out? That's the question. Hello?
Sorry, emergency situation.
Yeah. You're going to have to edit that.
Was it no good?
No, it's fine. I just talked for as long as I could, then I couldn't talk anymore.
You patted as best
Yeah.
you could. I don't know, dude. You get a call from the kid.
I got worried.
No, it's all good.
Okay, good.
But you're right. Multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and how they're trying to get that scent that will instantly draw the opposite sex to you.
There is a scent. It's called like wildflowers that like the girls in high school used to wear. And if I smell that,
Oh, yeah.
I think of like high school.
Yeah. Vanilla does that for me. Like, if I smell vanilla, like,
My
all the girls in high school wore
Yeah.
vanilla body lotion.
my grandma wore a scent called Taboo. And if I smell a woman walk by Taboo,
Reminds you of your grandmother?
I assume that woman is a fucking saint. You know what I mean?
And old.
Oh yeah. No, she could be 20 years old. I'd be like, look at the old broad. But it's just that's how it is. Well, so vabbing takes it to the next level. Like fuck perfume, right?
Yeah.
There are certain scents
Yeah.
that will turn you on. So vabbing is when girls will literally use their own scent to their advantage.
Their own essence.
Yes. So it's a very simple process. You finger yourself
Yeah.
till you
Is that
get
scientific?
digital stimulation. All right, you're not going to make me get scientific. I think it's digital stimulation.
Is there stimulation?
Clearly, because you have to get enough juice. So they're going in.
I mean,
Yeah, clearly.
okay.
I don't want some like old uninterested juice.
Okay. So you're saying get
I do believe there is a different stink to unstimulated versus stimulated.
stink is probably not the. We use that term differently. You might offend the female listeners.
Stank. There's a different stank.
There's a
between-
different scent, different smell, is what you're saying.
There's a different olfactory response from if you've been stimulated or have not.
Okay.
Fair
Yes.
enough?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take that stank. So what they do is they digitally stimulate themselves, and then they go in, they get a good bit, and then they literally rub it on their necks. And
Or
this is-
wrist or wherever you want, wherever you would put
Yes.
your perfume.
and this is called vabbing. So
Yeah.
now when you're out and about, there is your
You're putting off.
stink. Damn it, I don't give a shit. Like it's my stink. Like I don't use stink in a negative way.
I know, but
Like, I think.
But
like,
would you disagree with me that stink is commonly
I understand that it's commonly used in the negative, but I don't use it in the negative.
I just don't want to upset
Like
the
my
female
stink
listener.
is my stink.
Yes.
Her stink is her stink.
I'm with you here. I'm on
not-
your side.
I'm not trying to say
playing
that in-
devil's advocate.
Yeah, I'm not saying that in a negative. Your scent.
Yes.
We just leave it at scent.
That's what I said.
Okay, so fine. You digitally stimulate yourself. You get your scent. You rub it on your neck, and then they go out
Or
to the
wherever.
club. Well, I would assume you rub it somewhere
Wrist.
further from your vagina.
Well, yeah, but so when you're interacting with people, they would pick up on it.
Yes. And now the question is, now a lot of people swear that this is a great way to attract people, like sexually, because
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit, I'm smelling that. People
You're
pick
smelling
up on
like
it,
sex.
but they don't even realize they're smelling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not.
But
you're
do
not,
they?
But you're not putting enough on that you're walking through and everyone's like, whoa, it smells like she just got laid. Like all of a sudden, it's kind of an unknown. Your olfactory response occurs, and you're like, this woman is sexy as shit, and you don't even know why that's occurring.
Is there science behind this in the articles?
I don't think there's any question that on some level a certain person would pick up on it and
No,
be
I feel
attracted.
like but there's also there.
It all depends on your stink.
Well, I was gonna say there's a lot of variables, right? Like, if a 10 did it, would it work as a 2?
I can assure you that looks and stink they're completely exclusive of each other. I have met 10s who smell like 1s.
No, I agree, but I'm
Okay,
saying
I didn't know where we were going.
No,
with
I'm saying there's other factors. Like you just, if your reptilian brain went off on just the smell, but you weren't attracted physically, would it still push
No, I
you
think there
over?
has to be. Oh, sure. I think a 6 could go to a 7
Yeah.
in a moment. But I'm saying in general, like women are using this as their own perfume to just kind of bring out that other essence to get you excited. And the question is, does it work?
Yes.
Like, does it actually work? And I'd be willing to argue that yes. Like, I think if you're familiar with
If I had
the
to put my
smell-
money on it, I would definitely go yes.
if you're familiar with the smell, wouldn't that just take you back to a time where you smelled it before?
Yeah, but it's all different. So there is no.
Sure, it's all different, but if I hit on a nerve, right? Like if my stink is close to a stink you remember,
Yeah.
and I'm up close talking to you and all of a sudden I catch a whiff, I may not even notice that I've smelled it.
Yeah.
But my brain might go, "Oh, we are really attracted to her."
Yeah. I agree.
I think it can flip a switch.
Let's get some feedback, people.
Oh, I would love to see if any. Well, I doubt that any woman out there. Would be
No.
like, I vab
definitely
all the
not.
time.
Yeah.
But I do think that scientifically speaking, that should work.
What if you found out a girl? Let's say you're single
Okay.
and you go out and you meet a girl and you like her, and then a couple weeks in you find out she does this. What are your thoughts on that?
Well played.
Okay.
Like I can't even be mad.
No,
like,
I wouldn't.
It worked.
Like my thought is, I definitely wouldn't be mad, but I'd be like, "You're cool in my book." Like just the.
Oh no, I couldn't marry her.
Okay, you couldn't.
No, absolutely not. Because you're literally putting like something that is very private out into the ether.
Yeah,
And-
but people do that all the time.
I don't know. That's like walking into a bar with your nipple hanging out.
That happens all the time.
It just seems like it's a little too close to like I'm trying to have sex, then I'm trying to just be sexy. Does that make?
I mean,
I think my Puritan showing.
I feel like I could argue for or against it for sure. But initially, I'd be like, well, you're fun.
Yeah, you're fun now,
Yeah.
but then like if you're going out with your friends after we're dating and you're vabbing, what the fuck?
Shouldn't have to.
now it's a habit.
Yeah, but all of your girlfriends and wives at some point did things to pick up men that they wouldn't do once they're in a serious relationship. Why wouldn't that just be another thing? You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
Like,
but
I'm sure at some point
I trust nothing.
our wives wore crop tops and short shorts and went to the club and danced provocatively. Okay, would they do that now?
Maybe. But you know what I'm saying? Like you get a girls' night out, like they do try to out sexy each other oftentimes.
That's true, but that's where they're,
So
but
I think-
that's just a trust thing.
Yeah, but now they're vabbing. The whole thing's gone to pot. See, now you got me go down a different road. Nah, let's think about just single girls vabbing.
Okay.
It's far more
Yeah.
it's far more entertaining mentally
It is.
for me
Yeah.
to think that women are rubbing, let's be honest, rubbing pussy juice on their necks.
We were doing so good.
Yeah, I was beating around the bush. Get
Oh,
it?
I see what you did there.
But I mean,
Beating and bush. I got it.
it all adds up.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like that. It's an interesting
This
angle.
This is not new to 2022.
That's what I'm saying. This is a 1492
Yeah.
option. This is like,
Or even 82. There were a few girls out there like, I'm trying this.
you know how bad people stunk in 1492?
Oh my God.
Like, let's get down to brass tacks. When you were afraid to wipe the oils off your skin because they were healthy so you wouldn't want to get in water, people smelled like shit sticks.
When did people stop smelling awful?
I don't know that they have. But,
Obviously, but
like when you go to church and the incense, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And they're waving it down the aisle as they're
Yeah.
walking down. That is literally because
churches
back in the day,
reeked,
you would get all those people in there and it was hot. And
wearing
it
their
smelled
three-piece
so
wool
bad.
suits and
Yeah, that you just wanted to, you would just try to cleanse the air. That isn't because God appreciates the smell of sage.
The act of swinging that.
No, it was just because, sweet Jesus, it stinks in here. And so they would swing that thing and they would walk through and then at least people could pray in peace because they weren't like yakking.
But like, you could argue that like, definitely through the 60s and 70s, like hygiene wasn't.
It was a lot better than it was in the.
Well, obviously, I mean, look,
The
you
Renaissance.
You can't even start talking about it until the 1900s. I mean,
Clearly.
like there was not even like indoor
Yeah.
plumbing most places. So like, you definitely can't even consider anything over 100 years old to be.
I think the 1920s is when people started to stop smelling like shit.
And then
It's been 100 years.
And then the depression hit.
It's been 100 years
Yeah.
that people started smelling good. Anything before that, the vast majority just stunk.
Yeah.
And then they started figuring it out. So vabbing,
But then like in the 70s, it was all like polyesters and like.
yeah, but I smelled dope, dude. I had Sex Panther on.
Well, I was gonna say, then you're like covering your stench
I
with
had
all
3
the like
different babs on my neck. I was living the dream, which would have been awkward.
People. I mean, certain people still don't care about hygiene.
Certain people do. Vabbers.
They figured it out.
I'm just saying, smell like Dove and Vab, which I think is such a nice name, Vab.
Is it? It's interesting because it's kind of,
Well, you could call it vagging. It's too much.
but it sounds kind of like an offshoot of vaping
Yeah,
or
but
dabbing.
it's all the above. But the B is better than the G. Like if it's vagging, you're like, what are you doing?
So the B's like
vabbing.
soft and the G's hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I've softened it up. It's a little more romantic. Vagging's rough. Vabbing.
Yeah.
Hey. All right.
All right. You sound cool.
On that note,
Is it deli time?
we should have a deli. Hey, you're actually 7 minutes late on the
Dude, we're like, yeah, I was gonna say we're way late on.
I had
the
a
deli.
hard time. I had a hard time getting to it.
Well, we got distracted, per usual.
It's all that Vab.
You gonna get it or you want me to get it?
Oh, I'm getting it. I just
All right.
need you to grab yourself a cup.
Oh yeah. Well, the cups are over there.
Oh yeah, talk.
So I can't grab a cup either. Now, I picked up the deli today, and I really know nothing about it. It is.
It's interesting.
They had 2 flavors. They had one called Mountain Candy, and then they had this one.
What's with all the sugar stuff? It's very interesting. So this is the Sycamore Brewing Company, and this is the Sycamore Rainbow Dust India Pale Ale. So Troy, this is very interesting. You went high octane, I'm assuming.
Well, I went with a beer I'd never seen before in Publix, which isn't Publix isn't crazy big on their beer selection.
This has a stink. If-
a vabbing?
Yes. Do tell. A hint of Vab. Very, very interesting. No,
Did you read the side of it?
no, I refuse. I can't see.
I'll read it.
So what I find interesting about this is how much they're making it look. It says rainbow dust, but it looks very candy.
It's pink.
Is it pink?
The can is pink and has a rainbow across it, and it looks like those are hops and
But they're all
purples,
like
greens.
Skittle color.
Yeah. So the side says, let me pull the light out because
It says vabbing is love.
That'd be a good promotional picture, right?
I couldn't agree more.
Magic in a can, bursting with 6 very rare hops for pure hoppy happiness. Expect ripe melon, berry, and tropical fruits.
I hate this beer.
Did you try it yet?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Not even a sip. I just think when they say 6 rare, there's no rare hops these days.
No.
You can't. I challenge you to find 1 rare hop, and now you're going to tell me there's 6 rare hops?
All in the same can.
Ooh, it's Mosaic. Ooh, it's Citra. This is going to be the same shit. Well, here we go.
Ooh, we found one. Not only did we find 6 rare hops, we decided instead of making 6 different beers, we decided to put them all together. Now, this was hella expensive beer. They're 16-ounce cans, and it was basically $14 for a 4-pack. Which,
Are you serious?
yeah,
That means this thing's got like 700 alcohol, ABV.
Yeah, didn't you read it?
No.
Oh, it's on there somewhere. It's
Told you, I literally can't read anymore.
Oh, like you just stopped being able to read?
No, I'm not illiterate. I'm blind.
Ah,
It's
but you wear
different.
contacts, right?
No.
You wear glasses.
No, I wear disappointment.
I see what you did there.
Like steady.
7.2.
Yep. I had a feeling. That's not horrible, but that's hot.
Is it now? I have not tasted. How's the stink on it?
Like 6 of the most basic hops you've ever smelled. I can't call it
Smells
rare.
pretty fruity.
Oh, it's fruity. There's no doubt it's fruity. But I haven't passed judgment. I like the fruitiness in it. It's damn near.
It's also not very cold.
No, that's
That
'cause-
doesn't help.
No, this is a warm Sycamore Rainbow Dust IPA.
Warm disappointment.
Oh, this is how we did it back in England.
It is. It's something. Is that a maple leaf on the front, or I guess sycamore leaf because it's sycamore, huh?
Yeah, we'll call it a sycamore leaf. I couldn't identify a sycamore leaf if it landed on my face.
No.
But here we are. It's
Here we are
it's-
drinking.
It's very
sycamore
woke.
dust. Yeah, with the rainbow.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
This is what we do for you guys. We spend $14 on a 4-pack to be highly disappointed.
Oh, don't just leave it at the 14. Plus, we spend money to put this thing out. We got the boards. Nah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot
It's a
of
great
fun.
investment.
I like just putting the money out there.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's literally my favorite hobby.
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't find the button.
That escalated quickly.
You're right.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
I should get rid of that
Did,
one
Ron.
and move the Guinness one in.
Which one? The escalated quickly?
Yeah,
That's a good one.
it's a good one, but I can tell you this
It's a little
one.
long.
I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness.
That would get used after most delis.
Well, that's why I didn't mean to bury the lead.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to go
Oh,
first?
no, I desperately want you to go first because I'm still passing judgment. Why don't you take another swig of that? Really, really dial that in for me, Troy. And tell me what you got there because there are some flavors there. There are certainly some flavors. I will give it that. It's flavorful.
I don't even know what kind of flavors.
Well, it's because they're such rare hops.
Yeah. That is quite bitter and hoppy.
You setting me up?
No. Yeah, that's right.
I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness.
It's more bitter than a Guinness and more hoppy than
Yeah.
a Guinness isn't hoppy. Guinness is malty.
It's a hoppy bitterness. Yeah, you're right.
This lady's not right. I don't.
No. It is. There is hops in Guinness, though.
Oh, yeah, it's beer.
Yes, and it's that hoppy bitterness. It's just tell me what's in the beer.
I don't know what's in this beer.
Yes, you
it
do.
It tastes like disappointment.
Boom.
Okay. It is not. This isn't good, and I really wanted to like it. Smells okay. It just
Smells good. It's got a good stink.
finish is awful.
Oh, you gave it some. You vabbed it around in your mouth.
That's not getting better with each swig.
Nope. But I'm chugging it
Nice.
on principle.
Well, that'll get you there at 7.2. There's a plus.
Oh yeah, I know this is going to be great for my meetings.
Yeah, I've had enough of that.
Okay.
I don't know how low I want to go. Because without me drinking it and drinking a lot of it, I really don't know how fair my judgment will be. But
Here's what I can tell you. The last few weeks that we've been doing these, I have not noticed you picking up on things or missing things
that you're picking up on. Okay, good.
You are spot on.
I
Look,
should be pretty finely tuned at this point.
sommeliers literally swish wine and spit it out. They don't swallow it. The swallowing is just the final act of love.
Yes,
It doesn't change the fact that you know what it tastes like.
it shows you care.
That's all I'm saying. It shows you care. The swallowing is that final act of love. Everything before that, though, let's be honest. You know what's up.
Yeah.
You know what's happened.
Yeah, this isn't good.
Nah. Well, I mean, I think it is. Well, I'll give you mine in a moment.
I'm gonna go as low as 1.5.
Goo.
2.5 is average, and it's below average. And it's not one step below average, because that would be still drinkable. It's at least 2 steps below average.
That's heartbreaking. So you're 1.5?
Yeah, it tastes. It's just really bitter, and doesn't finish clean, and it does. For all the fruit smells in it, it doesn't taste very fruity.
Yeah, I'll give it that. So you're 1.5.
Yeah,
So I like the fruit smell.
yeah,
It feels like it's got a lot of shit going on. I get the rainbow dust. I
Yeah.
get all the like Skittle look. But as I drink it,
yeah. Then how's it go?
so the very front end, right? When it hits your mouth, all of a sudden there is like this fruity rush. Then I'm like, hell yeah, we're dancing. And then I'm like, my mouth tastes like shit sticks.
Yeah,
Like it just hangs on in
Yep.
a way like it just hangs on too much.
it doesn't let you forget about it.
No.
It's like,
and what hangs on?
Hey, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Blah. This NA Guinness tastes way better.
So is that Miller Lite over there.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna completely pan it, only because
Don't forget, below 1.5 is a 1.5 and a 0. So I didn't slam it.
you didn't love it, and I get it because this beer is not fantastic. It's got that fruitiness on the front end is its saving grace.
Yeah.
It's everything after that. It's almost a peppery, which is weird. Like it shouldn't get peppery. It goes from fruity to peppery, which if you're looking at the spectrum of flavors,
Yeah.
they shouldn't be
They're
anywhere
not
near
near
each
each
other.
other.
No. So it moves quickly from fruity to peppery, and I don't appreciate the ride that it takes to get between those
Yeah.
two flavors. I like that it's 7.2 because I've been drinking old fashions and wine.
I mean, I'm disappointed because I bought it because the can and everything and the name made it sound like it was going to be one of those fun, sugary, sweet, like all kinds of good.
Here's what I would say though. A true hophead. I don't know what is that peppery hop? It is fruity and peppery.
I do not know.
I don't want to say that they're right, but there is something different about that.
Oh, I don't doubt that whatever hops just because
It's a
something's
rare hop.
rare doesn't make it good.
No, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly. No, dog shit on my shoe is rare.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it great.
You know what else is rare? A lot of disease.
Dude. Big time.
And the rarer they are, you really don't want those.
No. Yeah. The more rare, the worse. You know,
Hey,
it's
good
not-
news, I have a disease. It's really rare.
Yeah, no. It was a radioactive spider that bit me, and now I shoot webs. Wrong.
Yeah. It doesn't-
Cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I'm not super psyched about that beer. But there is a peppery hop that I think a true hophead might actually enjoy. I'm a hop aficionado. I'm not a hop head. There is a difference. I think that's a.
Those that know.
I'm gonna go. I'm between 2.5 and 2. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2.
I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness.
That's fair. So we're at a 175.
That's unfortunate,
That's unfortunate.
but I think a true hophead might appreciate that it is different.
Well, you'll have 3 to sit on for a while
Yeah. Hey, fucking great.
because you will not be having that.
That is the worst part about hosting the podcast is non-delis.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than when you get a deli.
Yes.
It's like Jack and Pot.
Yeah.
Hey, so Sycamore Rainbow Dust IPA, suck it.
Yeah. Go back to the fucking drawing board.
You know what I'd rather have? I'd rather have a foot.
That kind of tastes like a foot now that you say it.
It has a little bit of foot in it. Did you hear about that guy in Amsterdam? The Dutch dude?
Was it in Amsterdam?
Well, it was Dutch.
Okay. I think he was in the U.S. I think it was like Indiana.
No, it was in Deutschland.
That's not Amsterdam. That's German.
Oh, fuck that. The Dutch dude.
Netherlands.
I wrote down Dutch.
Okay.
I gotta believe it's Dutch. Now you can prove me wrong if you'd like. But
I don't care. I don't care that much.
I understand.
The story itself is interesting no matter where they're from.
So there was this guy, right? His name is Dutch. Dutch, Indiana. and
We named the dog.
he had an accident where his foot was severed. His foot literally.
Yeah, like his leg got crushed.
Yeah.
Like it was like below the knee. It
Yeah,
was like
his-
he lost his whole lower half of his leg.
And so he was rushed to the hospital, and they still had like the parts, and
They couldn't save his leg.
they couldn't save his leg. And he literally said, "Hold on, can I keep it?"
That is what makes it sound other country, because I'm pretty sure in the U.S. you're not allowed to keep body parts
No.
like that. Like it's a biohazard thing.
I don't think so, because I keep putting requests in for parts, and no one sends me the parts.
Hey, you got any extra human parts over there?
I was just
asking for a friend.
But I'm not weird. I just want ears. Like I don't want. I'm not taking like. I don't want
No.
penises.
I'm not saying off like you don't have to take them from like somebody who's coming in to get like a ACL repaired. Like I'm not asking for that.
That's creepy.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, I just want ears.
Yeah, like if somebody has to have an ear taken off.
Just because like I feel like there was a time where like people would collect ears to prove
Yeah.
that they killed, and
You've been working on that necklace.
I don't want to make it weird. Don't make it weird, Troy.
Weirder. I'm a big music guy, so the ears kind of represent.
I feel like I hear music better if I have a
Yes.
dozen ears around my neck. That's all I'm saying.
Let's just move on.
It's a chakra thing. Yeah, forget it.
Forget I brought it up.
Neither here nor there. No. So this dude had his leg crushed, and like they had the foot,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Can I keep the foot?" And they were like, "Well, it has been on ice." So they were like, I guess you can have the foot.
It is
And
his foot.
It is his foot. Like it's his property.
Yeah.
Now, possession is 9/10 of the law, so it's kind of the doctor's property.
Yeah.
But, neither here nor there. Amsterdam, very liberal place. So the dude says, "Can I get the foot?" And he looked into like mounting it, like he wanted to stuff it.
Oh, is that how he's gonna start it?
Yeah. No,
Nice.
he was just like, "Can I keep the foot?" It was just like strange. Like when my dog Colby died.
Yeah.
Colby is like my ride or die.
Yeah.
Like that's my dog. There's a picture of him hanging in the pallet house, and
He was a great dog.
he was the best dog. And I know everyone will argue that.
Everyone says that.
And I will argue to the death that Colby was the best dog. And you will never understand because you guys didn't have Colby.
Yeah.
You people out there in the ether, they didn't have Colby. But Colby's the best dog. And I always told my wife, I was like, I want to keep his skull. And she's like, that's fucking weird. And I was like, nobody is such a good skull.
Yeah.
Like
big
when I
old
was-
head,
like
big
from-
old head on him.
Yeah, like from the time he was a puppy, I was like, look at the skull. And then as it got bigger, I was like, look at the skull. And I always wanted to keep it. And she was like, that's weird. So I understand this guy's angle.
I guess you never asked for it.
Oh, I asked for it. Truth be told, when it came down time and Colby passed, I was in no position to ask for the skull.
Yeah, you were like,
I cried for a day, and I drank a whole bottle of whiskey. Like I honestly think I would have lamented the loss of my foot less
yeah.
than the loss of that dog. It fucked me up. So no, I didn't get the skull.
So you replaced him immediately.
Objection! Hearsay!
I did not. The women in my home did replace him long before. And for a fact, I hated that dog for a solid year.
You didn't have them both at the same time.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you see, you're pissing me off.
What?
You're getting under my skin. I did not replace Colby immediately.
Look, most people replace their dogs pretty quickly. So
Not
you're
me.
not an outlier. I'm saying your whole household isn't outliers. Like most people do
they
that.
replaced. They were like, well, time for a new dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, how can we
How
move
long were
on?
y'all dogless?
1 year too short.
So just a year?
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was you
Months?
count it in months.
Okay.
Like a newborn baby.
Yeah.
Like you could have literally been like, it's 36 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, like, fuck that. It's 3 months old.
Yeah.
No, they were counting in weeks. It was heartbreaking. I don't even want to talk about it. It just makes me sad. But I get that. Like, I get the thought of like, I'm going to keep that foot.
Yeah.
Keep that skull. And the guy was like, I'll keep that foot. And then he was like, I'll freeze dry it or like I'll mount it. But so they just put it on ice and then he got it home and he just put it in the freezer.
Because that's what you do.
Yeah, you keep it.
You don't want it to go bad.
So then when he looked into freeze drying it, it was like a couple $1,000. And he was like, well, fuck that. He looked into taxidermy. He was like, even more. And he was like, well, shit. Like, what do I even do with this? And he was
Throw it out?
you throw out your own foot?
Dude, I wouldn't take that foot home.
But he already took it home.
I'd contact somebody with some biohazard company and be like, how do I get rid of a foot?
Not biohazard. It's been cold.
What?
The
Bury
meat-
it. Do whatever you want with it.
I actually agree with you on this. Like, I wholeheartedly agree with you, but that's not. He ended up keeping it in the freezer.
Which is weird.
Clearly.
This frozen pizza tastes like foot. What DiGiorno's is this? I'm never getting this flavor again. This is awful.
This isn't vegan. There's
Yeah.
foot on here. No, I agree.
Honey, you're standing on my pizza. What?
Sorry. Your jokes are funny to me. So the dude had his foot and he was talking to his buddies about it. And I guess he had a
I
buddy.
didn't even read the article, so I had no idea he talked to his friends about this. This is wilder.
Yeah, I
the
know.
headline was wild, so I just sent it.
No. So I read
Yeah.
read the article as quickly as I could before the show. And he apparently like sent it out on a text to like 11 buddies.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I've got this foot. Like,
That's just a funny text. Like,
no shit.
hey guys, remember how I crushed my foot? I got it. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
Oh
so
wait.
I've got the foot. And he's like, you know, what should I do with this thing? You know? And he was like, because I was going to taxidermy it. I was going to freeze dry it. I was going to do all these things, but it all costs too much. They got nothing to do with the foot. And he's got a buddy.
Yeah, but he's saving so much money on shoes now.
So, no, you still have to buy him in a pair. That's actually the horrible fucking shaft. Have you ever heard these stories about people who have like just a left foot and no right foot?
Yeah.
And like they'll go on forums and be like, I'm a 12. And they find a guy who's got a right foot and they buy shoes together.
I need those Jordans, but only one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You got a whole collection of
Yeah.
right foot, left foot Jordans.
But then your shoes last them forever. Depending on like if you're in a wheelchair or not. Like, you're not scuffing it up, you're not wearing it out.
I'm going to scuff mine up on principle. Throw it in the wall.
That's why I could never be a sneakerhead, dude. Like every pair of sneakers I've ever owned in my entire life, 5 minutes after having them, I've stepped in gum, dog shit, kicked a tire. Like it doesn't matter what I do. I fuck my shoes up almost immediately.
I literally buy like shoe cleaners with scrubbers.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It sprays the foam out and I scrub.
Yeah.
I do all that shit. I've sprayed the shit on that's supposed to
Yep.
make them like completely waterproof.
Yeah.
None of it works.
No, never.
You're like, you spray like shit to make them waterproof? Nope, not semen proof.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Who knew? And there was only one way to test it.
No.
You call 11 of your buddies. Hey, you know I got those new sneakers, right?
You bring the Duke over. Mayonnaise! Damn it! Mayonnaise stains. What are we talking about? No, just kidding.
So he texts his buddy. He's got an idea for his foot.
So he's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? And like, he's got a chef buddy, and he makes a comment. And he's like,
Oh, no.
He's like, we could eat that thing. And he said immediately, like a couple people responded, they were like, totally in.
Wow.
Now, immediately after that, there's the logical people who are like, totally out.
Yeah. Which guy are you? You're on that text. One of the man room guys loses a foot, and he sends the group text out. And all right, there's 12 of us on the fantasy team. You and I are on it. A rando other guy sends it out. What's your immediate response?
I would like to hold my response. I'll write my response down.
Okay.
I will write my response down, but I would like to hear yours first.
Okay.
So that it's not weird, I'm going to write it down on this piece of paper.
So initially, I'm thinking that is disgusting, and it's a hard no. But I do have a caveat.
Okay.
Well, first off, let me not lead the people down a path. I will not eat anyone's foot. But now I'm intrigued.
Hold on. Is this because the foot is a bad piece of meat, or is this because you're morally opposed to eating human?
I would not eat anyone's foot or lower leg or any human flesh. Just for funsies. If we're talking Donner Party, that's a whole nother thing.
Boy, you went there.
Well, I'm just saying that people had to stay alive.
Okay, so
But I'm not coming to, I was getting ready to say I'm not coming over for your dinner party, but I'm kind of like, do I want to go over there and see the whole process?
fuck no. No. For starters, if you're out,
You're out.
you're not fucking gonna
Okay.
watch me eat it. I'm not gonna cuckold.
That's true.
This
That's
fucking
true.
cannibalism. We're not doing a cannibal cuckold thing.
I would probably throw up watching anyway.
Sure.
But I am intrigued.
Sure.
And I'm like, keep me on this text because I want to know
No,
who's in.
you're fucking out. You are fucking out right away.
I'm probably not going to want to hang out with the 6 or 8
and
or 10 dudes that are
For the
wearing
record, across the world, it's actually illegal to eat human. Like there are laws and all this shit. But in Dutch, in
the Netherlands.
Danish culture, right? Is that right? Did I get
Sure.
it right? So
Wherever they were, wherever this article was.
if it is the own person's flesh, it's actually in there like a bylaw.
Well, like, yeah, I guess you could eat your own finger if you wanted.
Yeah, you're allowed to if it's on your own accord.
But
It's
can you feed it to someone else?
Yeah, if the person is acknowledging like this is okay.
I guess you got to
like
tell
this
them,
is
right?
a strange, and maybe that's why they ended up in
Wherever they were.
yeah, Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Call it Amsterdam. Everything goes in Amsterdam.
Okay.
You know, we've discussed
You can
Amsterdam
you can
recently.
have sex with somebody and you can eat a foot.
Why not?
2 birds, 1 stone.
So
Oh, no, wait, no. That would be a different type of place.
No, 2 feet. One. Wait, what? I'm confused. So when this text goes down, right? So the chef is like, the
chef got the ball rolling because
Yeah, so the guy-
this gourmet chef's always been like,
yeah. So the guy
I don't
writes
want to
back.
cook somebody.
The guy writes back. He goes, "How would you prepare it?" You know what his response was? Perfect. That was his response.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Wow. This guy's
Yeah.
now I have questions to like.
Oh, no
do I want
shit.
to hang out with this dude?
No. So
He's
apparently,
put some thought into cooking someone.
apparently he like skinned it. He marinated it overnight, like the meat. Like put it in there. Got it. Like he created a whole sauce. Did a whole thing. Like did research to find out what it's supposed to taste like. Like did it.
Oh, there's a cookbook for foot. A foot book.
The Donner Party. You know. All right. So what do you think? What do you think my response was?
You would probably say yes. Because you're kind of weird.
I'm gonna tell you no, because I'm not. I'm fucking. That's my response.
You're in.
Oh, what? No, I wrote in. Oh, damn it!
So you would do it.
I thought I wrote out,
oh yeah.
dude. I'm in.
You would eat it.
I don't know, dude. I just maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I wrote
How did I hear
my gut reaction, so I'm not cut off the text chain.
is in?
Is in
Did I hear it was in tacos?
fajitas.
Fajitas. Okay.
Which, what is better than a fajita?
A foot vagina?
The FF. The
I
F
mean,
squared.
I guess the fajita is a good way to like bring other flavors in.
Oh yeah, clearly we're gonna have to clear this up. Like this is a foot. This can't be the right meat.
No.
Like Like I haven't thought about eating human meat, but like I'm thinking like thigh.
Yeah. But
Oh, wow, we got fat and we got
Yeah.
oh boy, marbled.
yeah.
That'd be great. But like a foot, that seems like a tough cut of meat.
Yeah.
But apparently, now I did see a you fucking sent this article. Screw you. But they showed like
But you've been
they
thinking
showed like
about it
a
for
hunk
while.
of meat, and I was like, that's a legit hunk of meat.
That wasn't the foot meat.
By the time they showed it, because they were like, click here if you want to see like the whole thing,
Oh wow.
and they were like, or you can just scroll down below and see the finished product, and it's like, it looked like a little like flank steak.
Wow.
Like he'd managed to get it to like the chef had done a good job. But so it ended up with like, I can't remember if it was 4 or 5 of the 11 were like, we're in.
And did they go through with it?
They did. They did. They cooked
Wow.
it and they had it and they said it tasted a lot like pork.
The other white meat.
Yeah. They said it tasted a lot like pork, but like
That's going to be a weird game of never have I ever.
Never have I ever eaten human flesh.
Never have I ever eaten a foot fajita. I guess I'm drinking again.
The old FF. Got me again.
Oh, that is awful. That's gross.
It is gross. It is gross.
I cannot condone that. ITPH cannot condone
But you'd
that.
eat manatee.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where your line is.
Not human? It's not a big line.
No, I get that. I get
I don't think I'm this outlier in this group.
But it's consensual.
The consent is not what stops me.
But
It's
the
not like
consent matters. No, the consent matters.
eating human, consent given or not, doesn't intrigue me. You think the manatee fucking gives consent? You think the cow gives consent?
When it comes to humans, any knowledge, vabbing, whatever, consent matters.
Obviously.
No, I think consent's a big deal. If someone presented me and said this is mine, I think like I couldn't fathom in other scenarios. But like the fact that this dude was like, this is mine and I want to share it, which is what
So
makes
if it was
legal.
foot from a cadaver, you'd be like,
Gross.
no, thank you.
Ew, absolutely not. Why would the fuck would I? Ew, dude, Troy,
I went too far.
don't be gross.
That's on
That's
me.
disgusting.
That's on me.
But if the dude hobbles up on crutches and says, I did this for you,
Yeah.
part of me's like, I owe it to him.
I mean, I get that. I get the like gift, like when you go to other cultures, you're not supposed to turn food.
It's a weird line. Like I am anti. For the record, I'm anti-cannibalism.
Don't walk this back now, dude.
No,
you wrote
walking
down
it
in. You wrote down in.
But
As
only,
in my belly.
only in Sharpie.
Yeah.
No, like I get like I'm anti-cannibal forever. Always have been. This is
until right now.
This is a hill I'm willing to die on.
Okay.
But the fact that it's like the dude is like, I want us to try this. That is a weird dynamic that makes me
I can
question.
see that. I can see
it makes me question if this is the time. This
Yeah.
is the time to try it. Like Donner Party, fuck them. You're stuck in the Alps. I don't want any part of this. But like, this is different.
No, but that whole thing was they had to eat someone to survive.
I get that. But you're willing to do that.
Yes. You don't see a difference between that?
I see.
It's like
that,
killing someone and then killing someone to survive to save your own life.
I see that one is. Boy, this is a tough argument to argue.
Yes, it is.
Like the more I dig the hole, the less I want to be on
Yeah.
this hill. All right, I'm out.
You don't try now.
I'm in.
Yeah.
But no. I'm out. I would.
I think push came to shove. I don't think you'd be able to do it. Like saying
they said-
you do it is one thing, but when that dude hands you that fajita. And you've got to open your mouth and chew it up.
So there were multiple people that either spit it out of their napkin or did vomit.
Yeah.
Of the 4 or 5 people that did it, plus the dude who ate his own foot,
He was in.
and the chef The chef was like, perfect with the Chianti.
Yeah, the chef's like, "Are you gonna finish that? I'll take it home."
Some fava beans and the Chianti. No, so apparently, like 50% of the people either spit it out or puked. But I would at least like to. I would deli it Troy style these days.
Just
And then spit it out.
and spit it out.
I would never ingest such
Did
things.
not consume foot.
That's right,
I
because
just
that's
tasted
disgusting.
it.
I
Yeah.
just tasted it. Okay, you know what? There's my line.
There you go. It's kind of like just sucking on a couple toes.
What's the difference?
Pretty much same thing.
What's the
I
difference?
mean, yes, one's been
Would you
cooked.
suck on a toe? Would you suck on a toe?
Yeah.
Boom. Cannibal. You're dirty. You're so dirty.
Oh, gross. Eating a foot. No, thank you.
It's pretty fucking foul.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks about I'm being boisterous now.
Yeah.
I've had a Manhattan, a couple of drinks.
But part of me too is like I'm intrigued just in the people. Like I'm intrigued that the guy wanted to keep it for a lot of different reasons. Then I'm intrigued he thought, I have an idea. Let's share this with my group of friends. I'm intrigued that some of the friends were in. I'm intrigued. Like there's so many questions.
Oh, there's a lot of questions. And I don't know in the moment what I would do. But I'd like to think I'm adventurous.
That's quite adventurous.
It's weird.
That too, and disgusting. It's
I'm
all
out.
the- it's
I'm
all
out.
the things.
Objection! Hearsay!
Dude, we're an
Then
hour.
then you don't want to be known as the guy who ate their buddy's foot
That's the fucked up thing.
because that's going to get around.
So, I can't remember if it was 4 or 5, but of the 11 people you put on the text chain, you're already the minority.
Yeah.
So now you're the cannibals.
Yeah.
Do people treat you different?
Think your wife's going to want to kiss you, or your girlfriend, or some chick that you meet is going to be like, this guy ate a foot.
For the record, once that shit has been processed and it's out, I'm back.
Okay, that's how it works.
Except
That's what
that-
you can tell
Except for that little piece of his soul that
Yeah.
is now part of me.
SOLE.
You get it. That is brilliant.
You just got that.
I did. That was well played.
Yeah, we're there.
I mean, it's your call. I'd
You
cut
got,
it.
you got
but
any
I
more topics?
Oh, you want to go?
We can do another topic.
Oh, speaking of foot meat.
Oh God. There's this guy who ate.
No. So grade A meat. Have you seen this Taco Bell Defy?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we know I haven't had Taco Bell in 15 years.
You have not?
No.
You don't need Taco Bell.
I seriously haven't had Taco Bell in not 15, probably 10 to 12, probably.
Arguably, I've had Taco Bell in the last 15 days.
I told the story here. I'll tell it real quick. I used to love Taco Bell. We got Taco Bell once. We were down in Chesapeake visiting my in-laws when they lived down there. My kids were little. I might even only have one at the time. And it fucked me up. And it wasn't food poison fucked you up. Like
Just like gut, like just pooping. not
no,
feeling
like
great.
not that. Not shitting your guts out. It was like I felt my whole body hurt. I felt off. I had to lay down and take a nap. Like I felt after it. I've never felt like that after eating anything ever.
So not food poisoning,
No.
just a general discontent.
I laugh at food poisoning. Like if I eat something that doesn't agree with me, I will go directly back and be like, all right, that was just a weird offshoot.
Hold on, time out. You've never had like a real bout of food poisoning?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. But you're okay
Like
with
when you're shitting and throwing up.
yeah, you're okay with that.
Yeah.
You move on.
Yeah, because sometimes things get undercooked or whatever, and I understand that. But when I ate that Taco Bell that day, like I felt a feeling I've never felt before or since.
But not food poisoning.
But
just
not food poisoning.
Uncomfortable.
Yes.
Interesting.
Off. Way off. I mean, I literally laid down and slept for a few hours afterwards. Like I felt not like myself, unlike any other illness I've ever felt.
And you haven't been back to Taco Bell?
I've not. I went once, drunk one night with the wife. She was driving. She loves Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell.
She was like, I'm gonna hit Taco Bell. I was like, fuck it, because it's been so long. I've never had their Doritos taco.
That is a tasty
And
treat.
I was like, I'm drunk and I'm got that drunk hunger, and I'm like,
Here's the funny thing about Doritos tacos. I'm a diehard Cool Ranch Dorito guy.
except for that.
When you go to Taco Bell,
Do they do a Cool Ranch version?
yeah, so they have the Cool Ranch, and then they have the standard, like,
Nacho.
yeah, the nacho's far better.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going off the wagon. I'm fucking eating that.
Yeah,
I'm getting that taco. And it was the one by our house. And we waited in line, and finally just backed out and went home. And I was like, I was going to eat it. I was going to eat it.
Oh, so you didn't even get it?
Didn't even get it.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I got so many stories with me thinking I'm going to get it and then don't.
But you know that late night
I
Taco
literally
Bell
had that
run
story
where
go
like,
down today. What?
you know that late night Taco Bell run where like the line is like, it's worse than
100%.
a lunch run. You know,
100%.
'cause it's like,
100%.
it's literally their fourth meal.
The fucked up thing about when the Taco Bell line is long and you're late night and you're drunk, if you do sit through it, then you over order.
Oh, yeah,
Because you've been sitting there so long, so you've been thinking about all the things. And then when you get
I'm going to
up
get one
there-
of everything.
Yeah, and you literally just go down the menu. There's Gordita Crunches. You don't even like Gordita Crunches. Here they are.
Yeah.
Which, the other day I went to a Taco Bell. They don't have Mexi Melts anymore, which is a tasty treat.
Is it?
Oh, it's a tasty treat. I was heartbroken. It's basically a bean and cheese burrito covered in more cheese and like bullshit. And it's like an enchilada sauce. It's
Didn't they take something away recently and then they had to bring it back because everybody freaked the fuck
the
out?
Mexican pizza.
Yeah, I heard
They-
about that.
And what's funny is when I go to Taco Bell, I order the whatever meal is the 2 supreme tacos and the Mexican pizza. That is my foundation, and then I build
Off
from
that.
there. Yeah, then
However you're feeling that day.
yeah, whatever else I'm going
Yeah.
to order, it starts with that, and then I build from there. And that's basically how I do Taco Bell. So when the Mexican pizza went, I was one of those rubes that was like, you took what?
Yeah.
Broke my heart. And then so they brought it back and it sold out so fast that they had to take it off the menu just to
To get it
beef
back.
up the supply
Yeah.
chain to get it back. So the Mexican pizza is officially back. Thank goodness.
So what's this new thing you're talking about?
Oh, yeah. Forgot. I was like, why are we talking about Taco Bell? So Taco Bell has gone through a couple iterations lately, right? Like they have the standard Taco Bell. Everyone knows Taco Bell. Now they have been opening these Taco Bell cantinas that have been happening.
Never seen or heard one.
So a Taco Bell cantina, basically what it is, they have a cantina menu when you go into Taco Bell right now, and it's like the healthier shit.
Interesting.
So it's less bullshit. It's like it's a healthier option.
Again, who
right?
goes to these places expecting health food? I've never understood that.
Get it? So the Taco Bell cantina, the difference with these is they are sit down. They're almost like a Chipotle, right? Like you go up, you order,
Like a QSR, not a fast food.
clearly, but they sell booze.
Oh.
So you can get a margarita,
smart.
get a
A
Corona.
Baja Blast margarita.
Yes, but then they sell healthier options. So you get like a salad bowl,
Yeah.
taco bowl,
A burrito
different
bowl.
things with grilled chicken, like better chicken.
Yeah.
Then you can get the Taco Bell favorites, but they also have like more high end shit, which has started to infiltrate the standard Taco Bell menu, where there's now a little Taco Bell Cantina section, right? So these have been opening up, and they're doing very well. They got a couple in Chicago, different places. Well, now they just opened up what they're calling the Taco Bell Defy, and this is basically a direct response to COVID, where people don't want to come in. So a Taco Bell Defy is an elevated Taco Bell. It's on the second floor, and underneath it is 4 drive-through lanes.
Oh.
So you have 2 for app orders. So when you pull up, you scan your app. You've already placed your order.
You've already
you
paid.
Scan your code. And you know those old like shoots that used to happen at like the bank teller was like,
Yeah, the vacuum.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they just shoot your food down.
Oh, wow.
Then they've got one for like walk-in orders and then like drive-in orders. I think that's how it goes down. So you got 2 for the app. So they're
But you
trying to
never go in.
never go in. There is no option
So
to
it's
go
a
in.
walk-up order like a like the old school cookouts where like you never went in, or the old school Sonics.
Except the difference being
you're below it.
you're below it. So you drive in under it. The whole restaurant's above, and all they
Pretty
do is
genius.
cook. Yeah, and then they shoot the food down. Shoom, 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 down shoots.
I mean, wouldn't gravity just take it down? You just put it in like an
You would
elevator and
think,
lower it?
but it's more badass.
Well, yeah.
You know, thunk,
But I feel like
door opens.
if there's any force behind any of that, like your Mexican food's getting fucking trashed.
Yeah, you know, you're absolutely right. Especially the Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
'Cause that thing is so covered in shit. But this is their whole angle now, that they're trying these Taco Bell Defies where it
might have
sits
to
up
look
on
that up.
stilts and you drive up underneath it and it shoots it down. So if you're the sucker, if you're waiting in the drive-through line,
Because you would just app it and just...
you hit your app, you drive to the Taco Bell. This alleviates the exact situation you were worried about, because most of the lines are dedicated to app users.
Well, I have found that almost all restaurants now have gone to the serving the apps and drive-throughs and mobile orders. Like, we went and had dinner before the Jackson Browne concert at a little Italian joint right by the Altria Theater, and we each ordered literally, like, I ordered a club sandwich, she ordered like a steak and cheese or something, and a sub sandwich. Took 25 minutes.
Yeah, fuck that.
Now, motherfuckers were coming and going the whole time, grabbing orders. The Grubhubs,
They
the
just-
fucking call-ins.
Pre-order.
Yeah, and it's like, I've seen that when I go out to eat now, where it's like, they care more about those orders than they do the people that actually show up anymore.
Yeah, because they're churning and there's more money to be made with churning and burning.
Yeah.
So the Taco Bell Defy is literally
and
built around that.
And some of these restaurants I've seen, like, I think the Hardee's around the corner here. Last time I tried to go in there a while ago, like, the dining room shut down, and like Chick-fil-A's have all like revamped their drive-thru, and they do have an inside, but
But you see,
they
there's
got
more
rid of
and more.
most of it.
Chick-fil-A's are the ones that they keep remodeling, and what they're doing is they're putting in like the 2-lane,
Yep.
and they're so efficient that they
Yeah.
only need 2 lanes. The Taco Bell Defy is basically an app-based order system. You have your Grubhub people coming through this line, chuk 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 chuk
Yeah.
chuk chuk. You got your drive-through schmucks
Yeah.
coming through this line. I would like this.
Yeah.
They have to wait in line. And then you got your app people, and they just pull right in and thunk, thunk, thunk. It's coming down. It's fast as shit. And so they've made it so you can have 4 lanes, delivery,
I like the
App.
It sounds good on paper.
and then the one line is for the schmucks who are pulling up. It's brilliant.
Sounds good.
But I love this. So they've tried it. They've tried it in I think it was Minneapolis. They tried one location. They're seeing how it works. Apparently, it's doing gangbusters.
I'm sure.
I love this concept
Might
because
as well make it open 24 hours too.
I guarantee it's open 24
Yeah.
hours. So this would have alleviated your exact scenario
Yeah.
that you presented. If you had just, like, your wife says, I want to go. You guys pull up the app. You all want boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, 10 minutes later you show up and your food's ready.
You scan it. Boom, it comes down the chute.
The app probably tells you too, like, it'll be ready at this time.
Yeah, and then you're out.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty smart.
The Taco Bell Defy.
I'll be looking for it.
This is the future.
Maybe it's so cool I'll want to eat there if I ever see it.
I seriously doubt it. But this is the future of pooping.
If you need diarrhea and you need it quick, we got you covered.
Oh, no. Is it
Oh no! Someone peed in my pants!
Baja Blast? That's right. Can I cut it off now?
Yeah, I think we've given them enough. We're over an hour and a half.
There you go. Well, you were the one who wanted to push it, so I was like, well, I would like to talk about the Taco Bell Defy.
Unless you want to keep going, but I
Nope.
think we wrap it up. It's getting late.
Dude, I was never here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We
You gotta
really
go finish that foot, don't you?
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. According to the backside of this panel, it says in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. If you head over to Nectar Sunglasses and drop Abacus in the coupon code, you will get 20% off of any order that
Hell
you
yeah.
place.
Got his own code now.
The Abacus does have his own code, and now he stopped showing up.
Yep. He
Coincidence?
got what he wanted. Now he's out.
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
There's 2 things you can count on in this podcast. You and me.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And you've done probably 3 or 4 without me now. Actually, no, you've done a lot lately without me.
I don't even know. If you haven't had a chance to send us topics, we would appreciate it. Please do send them over to insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. It's just Inside the Pallet House Podcast. Pretty simple. Or you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at ITBH Podcast. If you have too much discretionary money and you would like to pay for all of the web hosting and all the nonsense that goes into this podcast week after week and the $14 4-packs of beer that aren't good, you can always send money over to our Venmo at
Inside the Pallet House. I had to think about it.
Don't pull a Brendan. Just get it right.
I already froze once today. I don't need to freeze again.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh, and if you need a mortgage, now is the time. Rates are going up. But look, buying a home is still a difficult process. Make that part of it a little bit easier. Head over to Screen Door Mortgage. Jimmy will take care of you. Tell him ITPH sent you, and he will throw in good-natured humor. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
I prefer the hoppy bitterness of a good Guinness.